Welcome everybody to episode 140 of the effing title. Week 3. I'm here with Fedge. I'm here with Rob. How you guys doing?
Chows.
You say cows?
Chows.
Chows.
It's corn.
I've heard it has the
corn.
juice.
It has the juice.
Week 2. As for the first time, I think in the history of us doing this, we all went 9-7.
Nice.
But it's hilarious because we went 9-7 in totally different ways.
Yes, seems about right.
So
You're freaking me out over there, man. You're freaking me out.
I am now 19-13. Rob is 18-14, and Fedge is 15-17. I'm 1-1 for locks. Fedge, you're 0-2. Rob's 2-0.
0-2. Who did I pick this week?
Last week,
Yeah.
you picked the. I can actually tell you. Last week, you picked the Bengals.
What the? So true. I hate them.
All right.
Joe Burrow sucks.
Week
I picked last week.
week 2. Last week you picked the Patriots. Week 2
That
quick
was-
hitters. What do you got?
It showed that the NFL is the people that say teams suck have to remember that they're all still professional players. So it's the beauty of the NFL. Truly, anybody can win on any Sunday. And there are a lot of mediocre NFL teams that their coaching literally is going to be the reason why they suck. AKA the Browns.
Fedge?
Have you seen Atlanta play, dude? They still suck. Shut up. They're going
Told you
0-17.
Hey, if I get 10 extra points for calling them as the worst team in the NFL,
No, I do like. I like obviously Rob's saying just with teams winning. Like, who was it? It was like the Lions, the Jets, and someone else was like first time in like I don't know, like 10 years.
I think it was
some
Jaguars.
Stupid number. Was it Jaguars?
I want to say it was
They
Jags.
all won on the first. They all won on the same day. Like
Yeah.
that's wild. But no, it's just crazy. And yeah, I mean, no one expected the Jaguars to shut out the Colts. Yes, people predict them to win because they had the streak going, but no one said they were going to shut them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been a crazy first 2 weeks overall, and I think I love that. No, my big thing I'm going to shout out here. I love that Hutchinson was able to have a big day here and show people why he still was top pick in the draft here.
Factual.
Just not number 1, but top pick. So,
All right.
but yeah,
Week 3. Thursday Night Football. Steelers at Browns.
again, this usually, the short weeks usually favors defense.
and that's why we're going Pittsburgh.
That's why I am going to go with Pittsburgh. But with that said, if their offense doesn't find a way to move the ball consistently, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. I really think they need to go to the Ben Roethlisberger at the end of the career path and just throw screens and slants and hitches until teams get so bored because they cannot run the ball right now. They are bad at running the ball up front.
That's fair. I'm going Steelers too. Fuck the Browns.
Yeah, I think it's either way. I mean, it's going to be a sloppy game, just being on the short week, as well as both these offenses just have been underproducing. Jacoby Brissett just continues to prove that he's a backup quarterback for life. He can come in, fill in, get you a win if you might need it, but he's not like that. That's that interception on the final drive against the Jets. That was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Also, the Browns have given up the most points in the NFL so far, and they've played
Horrible.
the 2 Panthers and the 1-1 Jets.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, not a good look.
but yeah. All right. Sorry. Yeah, we're all picking Steelers. So.
Moving on. 1 o'clock games. Starting off. Saints at Panthers.
Although I was very unimpressed with them, I am going to go with the Saints. their offense just looks anemic at times. Like, ugh. You can tell Sean Payton has severely affected that offense.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, that as well as, I mean, they're missing Kamara too, which is crazy because, everyone's like, oh, yeah, they're going to have Michael Thomas back this year. And, with adding Olave and all, it's just, and Jarvis Landry, it's
on the
just,
ball.
But they can't do anything. It's, it might be, like you said, the Sean Payton factor, which is crazy. But
we said it last year. When Jameis looked good, it's because Kamara was running for 150.
Mm-hmm.
Threw 5 touchdowns because he didn't have to throw it until he was inside the 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, that's a big factor with Kamara. I mean, their first 2 games here against the Falcons, their leading rusher, Taysom Hill with 81 yards. And then Mark 60 yards. Like, if they're going to ask Winston to throw for 300 yards, they're going to lose every game.
Yeah, 100%. With that being said, though, I'm still going to go the Panthers. I like them at home. I think the defense is still good. And eventually, Christian McCaffrey, I feel like, has to get it going. It's going to be tough going against the Saints defense, but you guys also think that there's a good chance. I mean, they haven't said it yet, but there's a good chance that Lattimore's affected here. I mean, I still don't understand how you even let Lattimore and Mike Evans even play against each other. They should both just be suspended for all the games they play against each other because they get in fights like every day. Like, it's stupid. It's childish at this point. You know what I mean? At first, it's like intensity, and then it's like, okay, now it's just childish.
Yeah, the first time of doing it, it's like, all right, whatever. They're athletes.
Grow up.
But then after, this is, how many times have they done that now?
Grow up. They've had 3 times where they've been ejected from games together.
Yeah,
ejected, not just third personal. Ejected. But anyway, I'm going Panthers. I think eventually Matt Rule's going to right this ship a little way. They're kind of one of those teams that they sputter and putt and then they're like, oh, like they give you hope. And I think this is one of the games where they're, for whatever reason, just going to give you hope on it. So
I actually think they lose and Matt Rule gets fired. I think they lose this week and they're going to fire Matt Rule right after the game.
I'm going Saints, and I'm not going to go to the same extreme that Rob just went with, but I do think that this is a pivotal moment for this Panthers team after last year going out and getting Sam Darnold, then this year going out and getting Baker Mayfield to not see the results that they're probably thinking they should have. Texans at Bears.
Is Darnold on the IR?
No, I think he's out for 4 weeks with that ankle issue or whatever.
Because if they keep losing, how long until they go back to him when he's healthy?
I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him a shot. If Baker still is just kind of if it's still not there.
Yeah.
What's the worst happen? They lose again?
Yeah. What's it?
Texans Bears.
No
yeah.
one?
I'll go with the Texans because I like their defense.
I'm going with the Texans because fuck the Bears.
Their offense also blows. But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say the Texans get their first win of the year.
I'm going to go with the Bears here. Which this is a revenge game that no one knew everyone needed. In the Lovie Smith revenge game.
Oh!
With that being said, I do like the way the Bears defense is being played.
Okay.
Under Eberflus. I like him. And I don't know if the Texans are going to be able to keep a steady running game. Davis Mills has shown lights, but then I'm going to say on the same side of things, I'm still scared of Chicago because I didn't even know this, but I read a stat that said they're averaging 76.5 passing yards per game with Fields.
Yeah,
which is wild. I'm going to say skewed because of the rain game, but I don't really think it is. But anyway, with that all being said, go Bears.
Chiefs at Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm never picking Indianapolis again until they show me they can do something. I knew that what's his name, their receiver there, who was out, what's his name, fucking Pittman, was out, and I knew it was going to affect the offense. I didn't know it was going to affect the offense to the point where they cannot move the effing ball. They don't have a number 2 receiver. They struggle on offense when Jonathan Taylor can't get it going, i.e. the Tennessee Titans. The Chiefs roll away with this one. I don't even think this is close.
Yeah, I take
Even
back
close.
I take back everything I said in the first episode about thinking Indianapolis would take the fucking division.
It's no.
No.
Nope.
Chiefs.
Yep.
Talk about another hot seat. If Frank Reich doesn't get this going, the Colts are on the hot seat.
Good. Yep.
No, so
All right. Probably the game of the week. Bills Dolphins in Miami.
I mean, you know where I'm going. I said they're going undefeated, so I'm taking Bills. I do think the Dolphins are the one team in the AFC East that can potentially keep up with the Bills' offense. And not necessarily because their offense is so good, but I think their defense is good. Obviously, they were exposed a little bit in the first half against the Ravens. I mean, it doesn't help when you give up a 102-yard kickoff return, opening kickoff touchdown. But I think I do think the Dolphins are probably the one team that might be able to hang with them as far as keeping them under 35, that type of world.
Yeah.
But I'm picking until the Bills lose, I'm picking the Bills all season long.
I'm gonna go with the Bills because I don't think that the Bills will be as self-destructive on defense as Baltimore was this past week, and I think the Bills' offense obviously is tremendously better than Baltimore's. So I think that the Bills have a good chance of kind of
I am curious if the Bills play that sloppy again in the first half.
Fair. I think
Sloppy by their standards, not by everyone else's.
I think that this is going to be a hell of a game, but I do see the Bills winning this. I'm going to say decisively, but it's not going to be like a 21-point decisive thing. It's going to be like a 7-point, but they were the dominant one sort of thing.
I think the difference in this game is going to be Josh Allen's legs. I think he's going to run for like 180, and it's all going to be on passes and stuff. Because the way the Dolphins play is they play man-to-man. That's it. So.
interesting. Obviously, I'm going to go the Bills because why not? I'm just less confident due to injuries. Obviously, injuries are a big factor in the game, so it's going to be big determined on if Gabe Davis comes back. I think that's where you saw a little bit of sloppiness with the Bills' offense, especially. With also Mitch Morse, our starting center, I think is a huge if he can play or not. That being said, your defense is even more beat up with Ed Oliver, Tim Settle, which is huge misses in the middle of the D-line. Not to mention Dane Jackson and Micah Hyde both went to the hospital with neck injuries last game. You also had Jordan Phillips, who actually has been a stud since playing with the Bills whenever he plays against the Dolphins, who came up with a hamstring injury at the end of the last game. So there's a lot of question marks on defense with some starters as well as positional players. So there's a good chance the Bills have to roll out a second string safety and 2 rookie corners against what looked to be a pretty good Dolphins aerial attack. With that being said, with that being said, I don't think the Bills will give up the big plays that the Ravens do. They just aren't known for that. So now, in my opinion, you're going to see if Tua can change his game to that, chippy, get the right decisions underneath and letting his guys go get the yards. Can he do that? Can he make that transition? That's the big difference between being a good quarterback and a great quarterback in this league. Is as much as we've talked about it, taking what the defense gives you. The Bills will not give you the long ball. You have to find it somewhere else. If they are able to do that, they're able to find it, they'll be fine in this game. I think it's going to definitely be competitive. The problem is where a lot of teams run with the Bills is the Bills get up early on them. The Bills' defensive line cannot pin their ears back with Von Miller, and they cause havoc in the backfield, which then causes late reads, late throws, interceptions, fumbles, everything else. So that's where the Bills defense is successful. So it's going to be Tua. It's going to be a decision if Tua can, step up and say he's not just a good quarterback, but a great quarterback in the league, and take what the defense gives you. So, all right, sorry, go ahead, Rob.
No, I was going to say it'll be interesting to see too if the Bills actually blitz this week because they have rookie corners. And if you do give Tua all the time with Waddle and Tyreek Hill, it'll be interesting to see if their offensive line that they revamped and everything can protect. Because this is probably the first game. I know it's early, but this is the first game where the Bills D line will actually get tested in pass pro. Because Tua has not been under that much pressure all year, which is why they're able to hit these explosive deep plays.
Lions at Vikings.
Lock of the week, baby. Detroit.
I'm also going Detroit, but not my lock.
I'm going to lock it up.
The Vikings offense just looked so out of sync against the Eagles. It was really hideous to watch. Kirk Cousins and his beautiful 3-interception performance was fantastic. And the bigger stat, Kirk Cousins led the Vikings in rushing with 20 yards. So that's what's going to happen if this was the fear with the Vikings, if they were going to abandon the run with O'Connell as their new head coach and everything, and their offense, their pass-happy offense, they are going to be an average football team if they're going to abandon the run. Mm-hmm. They ran the ball 11 times.
Wow.
That includes Kirk Cousins running twice. So they really handed it off 9 times.
Imagine having one of the best backs in the league and only giving him the ball 9 times.
Well, they only gave him the ball 6.
Oh, even better.
So, I mean, that's if you can force the Vikings to do this, to run, okay, I mean, to throw the ball, I really think it's – and it's not like the Eagles were blowing them out. It was 24-7. It was 24-7. 24-7. It's a 3-score game. You can still play for a whole half. You can easily still do your base offense. And they decided to throw it 46 times and didn't go well.
You don't like that? So this is one of those obviously you guys, I said that the Vikings were going to be ready to dethrone the Packers. If they can't figure out how to actually create some sort of balanced offensive attack, then that's just right out the door. They have the talent to do it, but it's right out the door. With that being said, I think I've told you guys this off air. From game one, I thought that people were going to overreact with saying the Eagles weren't as good as they were because of their week 1 performance against the Lions, and that the Lions were better than they were. So I'm going to change that a little bit. I still think the Eagles are potentially the best team in the NFC. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I think the Lions are a lot better than that people are giving them credit for. I think Rob said in the offseason that they could win 9-10 games and potentially sneak in the playoffs, and I definitely think that is doable. And I'm going to agree with Rob here. I think this is another step. And when's the last time we saw a Lions team above 500? Well, it's going to be week 3 of the 2022 season.
Whoop whoop.
It's been since 2015.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Last time they made the playoffs.
Damn. Ravens at Patriots.
And they lost by 21 to the Packers in the playoffs.
Jesus. Ravens at Pats.
This game's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens.
It should be, right? Like everything about this game should be all about Ravens. But talking with Colin earlier, like their rushing attack, besides Lamar, is horrendous. Like
Yeah, I think that goes back to not having one that
yeah,
they've
I mean,
sold on. Yeah, I agree.
against
Yeah.
against Miami, Lamar ran 9 times for 119. The rest of
One of
their
them was 75 yards too, Rob.
yeah, 79. Yeah.
Oh,
So
79. Okay, sorry.
you get rid of the long run. He ran for 30. So 46. They ran for 55 yards.
Yep.
If you get rid of the long one. And that's just so weird for a Ravens team. Now, I do think the Patriots defense is designed to stop passing. It's not designed to stop running. So, and I think they're honestly okay with that because they're in the world of I want only to be 10 possessions in the football game, and hopefully we score more than they do. But I am gonna pick the Ravens, but I would put them on upset alert if they don't truly find balance in their offensive attack as well. Because I don't think they'll be able to throw all over New England.
I think this goes back to, as we've seen the last couple years with Baltimore, a decent amount of injuries.
Yeah.
Ronnie Stanley isn't playing. We don't have Gus or J.K. Dobbins. We've lost some people on defense. So it's just kind of weird. Marlon Humphrey got banged up during last week's game. Marcus Peters was his first game back. And I'll say right now, he looked fucking atrocious. We had rookie,
Against the pass receivers.
rookie Williams. I can't ever remember his first name, but rookie D-back Williams. He played decently well at times, but like it's one of those things that at what point is decently well going to not be good enough to stop Waddle and Tyreek Hill? You know. We lost Steven Means, who was one of our edge rushers. So a weak edge rush team already losing an edge rusher. Like, I think this is going to be a tough game. I'm picking Ravens, obviously. But it's like you said, it's weird seeing us struggle so much on defense. I mean, on running the ball. It's so fucking weird seeing it. Because that's not what we do. We fucking just punch everyone in the mouth and we run when we want to run. And it's not happening anymore, and it's very odd seeing that.
I think it's going to be a close game because I truly think that's what the Patriots are going to be in all season long. Because, again, just the way they play offense is eat clock, grind it away, don't let your offense have the ball, and then force your offense to drive the whole field. So they eat clock, don't give up explosive plays. It's what they did against the Dolphins. They just couldn't score against the Dolphins. And then it's what they did last week against the Steelers. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots win, but I do think that Baltimore is a better team.
Yeah.
Even with all the injuries.
And my thing with this game is that Bill Belichick still likes to key on, one person, one thing, to kind of shut down. So in my case, it's you say that you guys have a better pass as far as the Patriots have a better pass defense as far as giving up yards and moving the ball through the air that way. But with that being said, what's up?
They don't give up explosive plays.
Yeah, well, I'm saying. So with that being said, though, I mean, I still think you have to key on Lamar's running ability because, like you said, that's kind of where they've been moving the ball now. So I think you could see a little bit more explosiveness here because you have to try to key on that, and that's where it's going to come down to is if you have any help on the back end, can you do it? Can you slow down Lamar? I'm not even going to call it a running game. Can you slow down Lamar in the running game? I don't know who they're going to roll out at running back this week, but if you slow down Lamar, is he able to pass? Because that's kind of been the last couple times they've played is they're able to slow him down there, but he's completed I don't know, I think it was like 70% or something like that of his pass against the Patriots. Since when they've played, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of approach Belichick takes this game.
Bengals.
They do have faster linebackers now.
Bengals at
Yes,
Jets. Lock of the week, Jets.
Oh my goodness.
No, I mean, dude, the Jets defense still blows, and I think Cincinnati, they just got to figure out how to start faster. They just keep digging themselves in holes that they have to work their way out of. If they figure out how to start faster, their offense can be explosive. They can put drives together. So I'm going to take the Bengals.
Old man, Daddy Joe is back for the AFC North ass. Jets all day.
So my question for you, though, okay, I'm also going to go to the Bengals here, and I'm going to just, because like Rob said, Jets do have a worse defense than they have played, as far as the Bengals. But the Bengals need to figure out what's going on with that offensive line. They go out and spend all this money on improved offensive line to keep Burrows standing upright. He's been sacked 13 times in the first 2 games. 13
God
times
damn.
in 2 games.
So, did you watch their game against the Cowboys?
Yes.
It's on Burrows. Burrows is holding on to the ball forever because he keeps looking for the home run shot.
But I understand that, but he's not doing it any different than he was last year, though. So my thing is you go out and go replace. They replaced what 4 out of 5 of their offensive linemen because it was their fault that Burrows was getting sacked. But can we? Then this is where I'm going with it. We got to start with the realization it's not on the offense. You got to eventually say this is a Burrows issue, like you're saying, Rob, where he's holding the ball too.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you can also say the same side of things. This could be a Zach Taylor issue too. Play calling, giving him outs, giving him underneath throws. But again, like I stated earlier in this podcast, it's going to depend on if Burrows wants to be a good quarterback or a great quarterback. Good quarterbacks can take the deep shot, can hit the deep shot. You're in the NFL. You can make these throws. But do you have enough know-it-all to be able to take underneath throws when they give it to you? Take it, dink and dunk it, until they give you that deep shot, and then take advantage of it when it comes along. Like I said, I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think they're going to eventually figure it out. I joke around about Burrows being a bust and all that, but in the end, they eventually got to figure it out. They're not as bad, but I think you're going to see a lot more Joe Mixon in this game to try to get him back on track that way. Just pound it with Joe a little bit. But also, Colin, for you, Rob, you can even answer this. If Joe Flacco wins this game, do you still guarantee that Zach Wilson comes back and starts when he does?
No.
No.
You can't guarantee that, right?
No, you can't, because
Right?
at this point now, it's the momentum's running. You got 2 games under your belt for wins. You just can't fully switch up like that. I genuinely don't think you would be. You should. Knowing the Jets, they probably will, but I don't think you should. Momentum's on your side.
There's no point to let him fully heal from his injury. Let him learn under Flacco for a year, and then bring it back next year. I don't think either way they should rush Wilson back.
I mean, I'm always on those things. So it's one of those that, you just bring these guys in. You always let them start. When do you decide to switch the? This is obviously a little bit different, but when do you decide to, that rookie that you drafted, and this could be a Titans thing. When do you guys decide to go from Ryan Tannehill to Malik Willis? When do you decide to go from what's his name? Oh, fuck. Nate Peterman and switching over to Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Like, when did these happen? Usually they pick it on an easy game. You don't want your guy to come in and get demolished by a great defense, get demolished. Just, it's not going to build confidence for anyone. It's not going to help anyone going forward. So let me just read this off to you. So the Jets, they're home against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Week 4, they're at the Steelers. Another tough matchup. Home against the Dolphins. At the Packers. At the Broncos. Home against the Patriots. Like, when do you decide to make that transition?
Honestly, keep going. I say
You know what I mean?
I say it's either 11 or 12 right after the bye. If
Even after that, we go a little further. At home against the Bills, at the Patriots, the Bears. Do you want a home against the Bears? You can make that argument depending on how the Bears are, but I mean, I don't. Is that when you're? Yeah, that's the week after. Oh no, that's the
That's 2
Patriots
weeks after,
their
yeah.
bye. But that's 2 weeks after their bye week.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it just Flacco's performing. Flacco's putting up wins. I don't see how you could be like, no, it's your job. Go for it. No, it's your job back. We're not talking about Mahomes. We're not talking about Aaron Rodgers back in the. We're not talking about Tom Brady coming off. We're talking about Zach Wilson.
Exactly.
You know, I don't think you can just be like, oh yeah, he's definitely our starter going forward. I just don't think you can make that assumption. So
Oh, speaking of Malik Willis, Raiders at Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
The Raiders.
I have no reason. It's a pick'em game. That both these teams suck right now.
I'm going Raiders just purely, I think, talent-wise, they're better. But yeah, no, same thing. I think both these teams are just really bad right now.
yeah, both these defenses are absolute. Both the defenses are really struggling. The Titans, I'm not gonna say they really have reason to be, but the Raiders don't. Like they bring in all this talent. They bring it. They're supposed to be sure. You bring in talent in the offense. I think it was halfway through the second quarter, and Devontae Adams had one catch. Like you can't just do that. It's just McDaniels. He should get that. This what is it? Steve Wilkes treatment in Arizona. Get rid of him. One and done.
Yeah.
He can't bring you to the playoffs if he can't make you a competitive. He's one and done, and it should be. You brought in all this stuff. But anyway, I think I am going to go Titans. I'm going to lead on this game. I think it's going to be more of a running game. Is who has established a run, and if the Titans establish a run, they are a fine team. They are okay. If you can shut down Derrick Henry, you cannot do anything. Ryan Tannehill cannot beat you. He can beat you with the play action. He cannot beat you outside of that. I'm still going Titans.
Final 1 o'clock game. Eagles at Commanders.
Eagles. Nothing else needs to be said.
Eagles. Eagles. I also see the health of AJ Brown.
Until Sam
More for
Howell
selfish
starts,
reasons for my
Eagles.
fantasy league, but
4 o'clock games. Jaguars at Chargers.
That Pittsburgh defense has been very impressive. But I do think the Jaguars won't be able to score against the Chargers defense, so I'm going to go with the Chargers.
my issue is it takes one hit for Justin Herbert to be feeling the way he was last game. One hit. I haven't really heard any much since last Thursday. Obviously, it's nice because he gets the long break in between the games.
The only thing I heard was that he's getting treated by the same guy that treated Tyrod Taylor. So
He is.
Not good. So anyway, I mean, I go Chargers, and like Rob said, I don't know if the Jaguars can stick with the Chargers, but
Even if he doesn't play, I don't know if Jacksonville will be able to score.
yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
could Chase Daniels score? Is Keenan Allen playing this game? I mean, there's a lot of question marks on this offense right now with the Chargers.
Yeah.
The problem is this is a pretty big game. You can't. If Chiefs win here, you can't be falling below 500 again, and going below. Going 1-2 here, and then. Then you also have the tiebreaker loss currently to the Chiefs. That's not good luck. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers in hopes that all my peeps are healthy. So
I'm gonna go Jaguars. I think they're gonna get momentum going, and I don't trust. Like you said, I haven't heard anything about Herbert, so I think that.
and I don't trust Los Angeles' team doctor. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jags just for the hell of it. Fuck it. Rams at Cardinals.
God, both
have the Cardinals finally figured it out after their 2 minutes of fame and video game moves?
I was gonna say by 2 minutes of fame.
No,
Do you
they
mean the
haven't.
2 minutes of just Kyler Murray just running around in the backfield?
They haven't figured out Rams all day. I love that
Rams.
the Rams started finally utilizing Austin. Sorry.
You were gonna say Eckler, wouldn't you?
Robinson. Oh my God, why would they call him Austin Robinson? Anyway, I love that they started utilizing him. They targeted him a little bit in the passing game. It's good to see. He scored a touchdown. It's still a big question mark. You got to figure out what you're gonna do on that running game. It's the offense is really one-dimensional. Obviously, you have Cooper Cup, but Stafford's
Kupp?
better in play action. The offense looks better when they're able to play action, so they got to figure out how they're going to run. So,
Cardinals defense
Rams.
sucks.
Rams.
Rams, yeah, I agree.
Game of the week: Falcons and Seahawks.
Yeah, one of these teams has to win, right?
Do they though?
I don't know.
We already have a tie this
First
year.
of the season? Didn't have to.
Both these teams blowed. They're so bad.
Oh yeah, I agree. They're horrible.
Um,
I'm gonna take it. Hold on, let me find a coin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when we get to this part of the schedule.
It's tails. I picked Seattle.
Jeff
Where's it at?
in Seattle.
Yeah, I'll go with Seattle here.
I'm also going Seattle.
Oh, so you know what that means.
Atlanta wins.
Yeah.
Packers at Buccaneers.
I'm going Buccaneers because I don't think Green Bay will be able to run the ball. And if they're not able to run the ball, I don't trust those young receivers to be able to make enough plays.
Buccaneers as well.
I'm going to go with the Cheeseheads. I'm going to go Packers. Sunday Night Football. 49ers or Broncos.
It's really unfortunate, but this is the best thing that could have happened to 49ers fans. They are now a Super Bowl contender, and San Fran will start it right here. Now that Jimmy Garoppolo is back at quarterback.
Yep. I agree. It's going to be an awkward fucking postseason.
Why is it gonna be an awkward post?
Well, like for the-
postseason, or you mean
for the-
off season?
Yes.
And we're talking about for the Broncos because they spent all this money on a quarterback that's not going to win them shit.
That's why I said yes.
Is that why it's awkward?
Jeff, Broncos country. Let's ride.
Fran. I'm locking up San Fran.
You're locking up San Fran. I was about to ask if you were gonna who your lock was gonna be.
Who have you locked?
Jets, Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Monday Night Football.
Bold lock. The Jets.
I know.
Monday Night Football. Cowboys at Giants. The resurgence of New York versus the Rush.
Yeah, I'm going Giants. I don't trust. What's his first name?
Cooper.
Whatever.
Cooper.
Yeah, I don't trust him to be able to play well 2 games in a row. So, and I also think the Cowboys' run game on defense is still subpar. So, I do think the Giants will be able to run the ball, and Saquon Barkley will have a big game.
Yeah, Saquon's leading the league in rushing right now, and I just don't trust Rush.
Yeah, and Brian Dable's smart. Just goes, keep handing our best player the fucking ball.
I'm going Giants.
I don't care if he gets stuffed. Give it to him again.
He'll eventually break one of them.
See, I don't know if I can agree with you guys here.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Are you sure though? I don't know if.
Do it. You won't.
See, my problem is here, guys. Okay, let's just talk about my problem. Okay,
All right, what's the problem?
I
want
will
to talk about my problem?
before you begin, almost the entire Giants defense is listed as questionable for this week. But
I don't even care about that. Do we really the Giants' offensive line is that much improved, or do you think it's the play calling of Dable?
It's the play calling. It's
Okay.
it's the willingness. It's Dable as a head coach. It's the willingness to sit there and go, we are not that good person for person, so we are gonna do what average teams should do: grind out this fucking game, limit possessions, lean heavily on our run game and play action game, and don't put the ball in Daniel Jones's hands to win. Put the ball in Saquon Barkley's hands to go win it.
Yeah, I mean,
And again,
I understand.
Their defense is blitz and man, and Cooper Rush did not play that last week. He did not play a team that just came after him over and over and over again.
Yeah, so that's my thing is I think Wink has been a huge help to this defense.
Absolutely.
And he has his players really flying around, and it looks good. I mean, you got to give it to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With that being said, I absolutely love the way Micah Parsons has been playing. And I don't know. I think they're going to be. I mean, Dan Quinn, I think, is going to get another head coaching job after this year. I really do. I believe that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blow another Super Bowl.
I'm not saying he's going to not blow any other Super Bowls or anything. I think he's going to get another shot. If McDaniels can get one, Quinn can get one. Okay.
Do you think he gets rehired at Atlanta?
Oh my god, that'd be fucking hilarious.
No, it's going to be even funnier when McDaniels gets fired and he gets to go take over that job.
That job or Indianapolis' job?
Now, you've opened up another can of worms. Where will he go?
Indianapolis, because they're supposed to happen already.
That's cool, too. I'd take that. I mean, his defense. But anyway, I honestly think Micah Parsons is going to break the sack record this year.
So you're going Cowboys?
And barring injury, I think he's going to break the sack record this year. He's looking so explosive, and I don't know if there's anyone out there that can stop him or slow him down. Like I said, I think Dable's a smart play caller. If he can plan around Micah Parsons, the Giants can win this easy. But I'm going to pick the Cowboys in a close one. Monday night.
Dan Quinn's going to the Panthers.
Dan Quinn. Ooh, that would actually be solid.
Ooh.
That defense will be going.
Jesus.
I love that. The Panthers already have a good defense. But that's the thing is, I think that the Colts are really struggling now after losing Eberflus.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's hard in the NFL. The Titans are learning this right now. If you want to be a run the football team, your defense has to be able to limit explosive plays and shorten the game. If your defense can't shorten the game with your offense, then you're just playing catch up the whole time, and your offense isn't built for that. So the Colts are learning that lesson. The Titans are learning that lesson. The Patriots learned that lesson last year, which is why they went out there and got all that speed on defense, so that they can play that style. And that's how the NFL works.
And that's the picks for the week. Let us know what your guys' picks are. How you guys are doing, and also let's go with your bold college prediction for the week. How about that? Fuck it. As always, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, even night, still supposed to stay safe. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
We'll talk to y'all later.